get into it. Before we start, a quick thing that helped me is this ball alignment tool. Using this ball alignment tool is very helpful because it helps you align. Like if you can see these lines here and lines here, and then on the other side the arrows. These help me align, and it's a really great tool that I got. And all you have to do is just line it and then get a Sharpie here, which I have Sharpie here, and then just draw on it, and then the rest will do it for you, and then just let it dry afterward. And it's a really great tool for alignment, just for your putting and for any swing. And it's a really great tool. See, all you have to do is just have it like that, and then have it the other way like that, and then it's simple. And this is a great tool that you guys should use for aligning your balls. Just let it cool down, and then you can also see if it's sweet and solid hit, because these lines here, if you can see, these lines here will follow it throughout the whole swing, so that when you're hitting the ball, you can tell if you hit it solid or you hit it off course. Okay, so the very first vital tip, not really tip, but practice that you need to do in order to get consistent putting strokes is, once you've had a line like this, or also a line like this on the ball, you have to align your putter line with that line, so you can get consistent and straight strokes, and the ball is okay. So the very first practice that you should always teach your students is, so you have these lines like this here, like that I drew and previously, and you also, on almost every golf ball, you have lines like here that help you line up. They're named here. So almost every one of these balls have it, but I like using these lines because they're easier to see, and they can tell you faster and quicker. So first of all, how do you line up? So normally when you have something like the ball, you can take the line and then align it up to wherever distance you are, and then take a couple steps back, and then just kneel down. And I don't have enough room, but you can kneel down. You can use the dropping method, and then don't be lazy on this, because I've done this before. I've been lazy on this, and this actually has cost me a lot. So once you have a line, you can do this lining, you can do this lining, you can do any type of lining. You can just watch the line. You can step up to swing. Make sure that, because almost every putter has something like here, like this. See, almost every putter has something like that. And make sure that this is aligned to the ball, straight. So, and then you can just take your stroke like that. Okay, so the second good practice is to get the feel of the distance by using your feet, and also just by looking at the ball, engaging it, and let's get started with it. Okay, so when we start off with the putting swing, it is very important to teach them first about your feet placement here. So like feet placement and where your club is facing. So here, your club is facing in the middle. The middle is optional because this is the apex of the swing. So when it hits it, it'll be solid on, straight onto the contact, basically straight onto the contact. So the best placement is in the middle, but if you put it more in front, you'll be on the upswing more, and so you might tap the ball. If you put it here, you'll be hitting down on the ball, and so the ball might bounce. And a good practice just to get your distance awareness is just to look at the target and then just swing. Just practice your swing, just look at the target, practice your swing. And then after you do that, so you remember the distance, you can gauge your feet. So like if it's bigger, you can swing wider. But if it's smaller, you can just swing smaller. So your feet do play an important role. So here, with the ball, here, don't worry about the lines yet, but here with the ball, I'll start with the middle swing, in the middle of your stance. So here, and so actually I'll practice here first, and I'll practice swinging, just to get the feel of the distance. And then once you're ready, once I'm ready, you can get everything all set, and then just do your normal swing, and then swing it in. I got it. That's tip number 1. Secondly, here are some good practices that you can teach your students, or you can just practice alone. And the first practice is going to be by not hitting to the target, not hitting really to the hole, because that might distract you into like trying to curve the ball into the hole. But so the first practice, you're gonna be hitting to the clustering each ball. So don't focus on the hole, just hit each ball as similar to each other as possible. So touching. Okay, so for the second exercise, we're gonna be putting to a ball, because sometimes if you cut to the hole, it can get distracting, and you can try to manipulate the ball to get into the hole. So this practice I found very helpful for me and for like anybody. So first, you have a colored ball there, or you could putt it, or you can just keep it there, or just set the ball. Actually, I'll set it a little further, and you can just set the ball there, and then just putt to the ball. So every time you putt to the ball, use the same practices as the first one. So first, do this here, 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 here. Get the feel of the distance, and then like that, hit the ball, and then every time you hit it, just put it back, and then try to just use the same swing every time. So once you got the good distance, just try to get the same swing every time. And this takes obviously more than one try, so it's just that I have practiced. So the third practice is using alignment stick, or you can have like alignment triangle, which I have, but I'll just use alignment sticks because most of those are more available. And when you use the alignment sticks, make sure your swing is following on those alignment sticks, and so that you can get a solid swing. And then don't forget to use the practices from the previous practices too. Okay, so once you've clustered the ball and you practice in the cluster, you can use alignment sticks here like I have here, and keep it within it. So if you touch it, these are wrong. If you touch it, like if you go like that, that's not as good. So how you align these first is you align them up with your golf club. Depending on what difficulties you want, you can choose a bigger or a smaller. So I'm just using roughly the width of my club, and then you can just practice your swinging like how you did before, just like this. And then after you're done comfortable, you can just hit the ball with it, like with the ball. Hopefully you won't touch anything, but this is good. Once you feel like it's gotten into you like second nature, then you can move on to the next practice. And getting into the hole isn't always it. Like, I don't really care if I'm getting into a hole right now. All I care is a pure stroke. A pure stroke. So, like, pure stroke. Like that. If I get it in, I get it in. If I don't, I don't. And you can do this anywhere, just like in any sort of like cutting screen or anything. So make sure you got your distance awareness too. So okay, so finally after you're done, just go review all those drills, and then you can finally punch the hole. But when you feel like you're trying to hit it into the hole, then you should go back to the practices. And these practices help me a lot, and it's a good activity to help get your target awareness and distance awareness. See you guys.